right, hello everybody. My name is Mike D, owner of Dees Heating and Cooling. Today we have a special guest with over 40 years of HVAC experience. We'd like to welcome Mr. Jim Blend here. Thank you for coming out today. Today we are going to discuss whole home humidification and dehumidification for the basements. Right here we have a Aprilaire product, as you see. This is a portable unit that basically sits inside the basement, and we'll start diving into the details on its functions and capabilities. We got Jim here. Like I said, he has 40 years of HVAC experience. So we'll leave it to you now to kind of discuss the Aprilaire product here.
Thanks, Mike. You make me feel old. You mentioned 40 years twice. so yeah, I spent 10 years of my career with Aprilaire, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the benefits of controlling relative humidity in your house. So we were talking earlier, and one of the statements that we used to make at Aprilaire, specifically as it relates to humidifiers, is your house feels warmer at a lower setting on the thermostat if you're maintaining a proper amount of relative humidity in the wintertime. And everybody here agreed that that was a true statement. So I say this, so if that's a true statement, then your house is going to feel more comfortable at a higher setting on the thermostat if you're maintaining the proper amount of relative humidity in the summertime. So if the one statement's true, the other one has to be true as well. So I think about finished basements. I've asked a lot of people if they have blankets on their couches. When you go on an estimate, I'm sure you see a lot of that as well.
Oh yeah, it's always
basement is just too cold. So this is a way to warm the basement up, dry the entire house out, the entire structure, and make everything more comfortable at a lower cost of energy.
Yeah, that's the biggest question we get, is why is my basement so cold, especially on split level houses. Naturally it's warmer upstairs, so this is a good product to be able to put into the basement to remove the humidity and stuff from downstairs, so it's not so cold in the basement area. Correct. For the most part.
However, it does make the entire house more comfortable because, as you know, relative humidity is a gas. It travels. The only thing that stops relative humidity is a vapor barrier.
Yeah.
So if the house's relative humidity is 55% throughout, and we put a whole house dehumidifier in, we can get that down, probably down to around 50% relative humidity, which is ideal.
Yeah. I know one of the biggest questions we get out in the field is, I already have a humidifier. Why would I need a dehumidifier?
Right. Well, first thing, humidifiers for fall and winter. Dehumidifier is a summer product, so that's why you kind of need both. The other thing that's important to know is that portable dehumidifiers are not designed to work in basements. Yeah. If you look at the rating plate on a portable dehumidifier, you're going to see it's designed for 85 degrees and 65% relative humidity, which is basically a tropical climate. Yeah. So they can't function well in a 55, 60 degree basement. They don't have the control capability of doing that. So that's the thing that I think people get frustrated with dehumidifiers, because you go downstairs, the light's on, the tank's full, okay? And it's not working, hadn't been working for a while. So the benefits for the whole home is just incredible.
Yeah. A lot of times when we go out, we always see the portable small dehumidifiers that you can pick up at your local box stores and everything. What's the difference between the small ones versus a whole home dehumidifier?
Well, the main difference is that this product has a metering device in it, which means that it can adjust based on the temperature in the basement. Whereas a portable dehumidifier does not have any type of a metering device or control that enables it to adjust based on temperature.
Yeah, I would imagine that small portable dehumidifiers, they're only good for roughly about 100 square feet, wouldn't you say?
Probably a little bit more, probably 400 or 500 square feet. But these are, depending upon the size that you get, these can go up to 3,000 square feet, I believe.
Okay, basically to do the whole home
and
everything.
Right.
What's your thoughts on split level homes? Obviously, we're always trying to control the air temperature. It's always a lot warmer upstairs. How do these play a part of being in a split level home?
Well, once again, if we think about the fact that relative humidity is a gas, it's traveling through that entire structure. So if we lower so let's say I lived in a 4-level split level house, basement, lower level, main level, and then bedrooms upstairs, okay? There was no way for me to get ductwork, heating and cooling down to that 3rd level.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so that's where people run into problems, and if we can lower that relative humidity, that lower level is going to be much more comfortable.
Yeah, some of the older homes we run across that don't actually have an air conditioning system, and they just run off an electric heat or a boiler system. how would this play a part there?
Well, I think it's a great point, and here's the reason why. If they don't want to make the investment or spend the money on whole house air conditioning, which can be expensive, especially if it goes up in an attic, this could be an interim step that could give a customer some relief in the summertime. Because again, in this part of the country, I'm sure everybody understands this statement, it's not the heat, it's the humidity. If you can control the relative humidity in the structure, you're going to be more comfortable. So that would be a great alternative for someone who maybe just not has the means to buy a complete system at this time.
Yeah, with the dehumidifiers, are there different sizes according to the square foot of the homes and everything?
I think it's actually ranked on cubic foot.
Cubic foot, okay.
Right. So you got to take ceiling height into account, square footage, of course, but it's more of a cubic foot calculation that you perform for the client.
Okay, and as far as installing on these guys, how does that normally work?
Well, this particular product is pretty much a portable unit. So we're taking this thing downstairs, we're plugging it into an outlet, and we're putting a drain line to a floor drain somewhere, and that's pretty much it.
Okay.
So it just sits down there and does its thing.
And I noticed this particular one had a Wi-Fi connection. Is that something you can hook up to your phone and everything off of that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And just raise the temperature up and down? Is that what we're doing on their phone?
Well, you're watching the relative humidity. For instance, people snowbirds that have places in Florida, the biggest concern about a home in Florida is relative humidity.
Yeah.
They used to, my wife's parents had a place in Florida, and what they would do is they would control the relative humidity in their condo. They wouldn't worry about temperature. So when they would leave to come up north for the wintertime, they would turn the thermostat to 80 and turn a humidistat to 60%. So the nice thing about Wi-Fi is you can watch that percentage relative humidity, and it will actually sound an alarm to your phone that says that the relative humidity has gotten above a specified amount.
Yeah. I know dealing with Aprilaire, we've been working with those guys for roughly about 10, 15 years or so now. But on these particular units, I was told that they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if Dees Heating and Cooling does come out and install them, we will, give you a free trial period. If it doesn't make any changes, to your lifestyle and everything, you'll get a free refund back for you. Does that sound about right? And
yeah,
how that works
that's a great gesture on your part, and I think you'll find that most customers, once they see it, once they feel the difference in this product, they're going to want to keep it for the lifetime of the unit. So,
and then as far as pets, does it help with dust or dandruff or?
It has a washable filter in it, but it doesn't really address pet pollen or things like that. It's not really a filter. It's more of just a pure dehumidifier.
Okay, so it doesn't have anything to do with like dust inside the home or
nope, that's more of a filtration and UV light and other type of technologies. Okay. It's going to address that.
Perfect.
And I believe, Mike, you can tell me, I believe the current product has a 5-year parts and labor warranty.
I believe so. Yeah, that is correct. With a 5 years, so if something does happen during those 5 years, once you purchase the system, has a full refund. If something goes wrong with the coil, it's automatic replacement, and then you get another 5-year
it starts
warranty.
over.
Yeah, it starts over on that. So it is a very good product. It's been out for many years now. So if you're having some issues, definitely reach out to Dees Heating and Cooling. Once again, I'd like to thank Mr. Blinn for showing up today. If you guys have any questions, you know what to do. Dees Heating and Cooling.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.